Hello, I am delighted to introduce to you and also navigate you through this wonderful inventory management app that has comprehensive inventory management features which you are going to see shortly. Here you can see the app. You can click on the documentations if you want to see how it works, and because of that go to dashboard directly. Here you can log in your details if you have access, so the admin can grant you access, invite you to be one of the managers of this software. So I will log in right now. Okay, that's good. I'm successfully logged in, but if you check, you can see that almost everything here is empty. Everything is empty. So everything is empty. So but we are going to add few things to so that we can see the full reports and things that should be in inventory management system. First of all, before you start entering inventory items, products, as the case may be, there are things that you need to provide. The first things you need to add is the location. Even though this is a full package, but in case you have different locations like shops, or you want to sell outline, you have to define it. Here I have to add a location. Here I'm going to use this particular company for example. So here, this is the location, so I'm going to create this particular location. Add organization location. This is the address, and this should be the email. So it's advisable you provide a valid email, because when you are printing invoices and other reports, it should be included in the letterhead. That's why you should provide a valid information in the field. So here we put the phone number. The location name should be the name of this company. Good. So this is the warehouse. It could be shop or any other thing. So now I'm going to add the location. So add. After adding the location, it has been added successfully. So after adding the location, the next thing to do is to add in the inventory, to add the units, brands, and categories before you could add items. And also it's advisable you add the suppliers. So after adding the location, you have to add the categories, brands, and units. This is because the items are linked to this. So if you don't have this, then you may find it difficult to complete adding the items. So now I'm going to add the categories first, then before I can add others. In the categories, let me use the categories provided here. Products. Good. So here we can see they have KNT, TCM, GIWA. So that could be the categories. So we have KNT you can put the description for KNT. Great. Added. So now you can also add I think I just added KNT. So the next is TCM. You can add TCM and also put the description of the category. So you create it. Here you can see created. Then the next is, okay, let me just add about 3, the giver create. So now we have 3 categories. Also, let me create the unit. Here you have to be careful in the creation of unit, because whatever you put in the unit will be reflected in the analysis or in the reports. For instance, when you talk about the movement of products, movement of items from one place to another, so the unit will be classified either in carton or in kg, in centimeter. So you have to be careful when you are creating the unit. So here you can see you can create the unit. It's very simple here. Okay, let me just create one, like okay, carton, just the same. You can put the unit symbol, but I just want to put this for now. So you can create others, but for now I will only create this. The same with brand. Brand could be anything. It could be Samsung, it could be, so depending on the system you are using. So now that I have units, category, location, I also need to create supplier. Supplier is highly required that you need to create supplier before you could proceed in creating items. So to create supplier, you have to go to purchases and then click suppliers. So to add supplier, you have to provide a valid information of this supplier. Okay, let me just say that the supplier is this, and also let me just use my email so I can see. So now I can add supplier. This is the supplier's company, which could be let me just say Jude's company, limited, juice limited, something like that. It could be anything. I'm using this as a sample. So now that we have all this, the next thing is to create the item. So you shouldn't create item when all these things are not available. So now if you want to create the item, you see that we have no inventory here, so I have to add one, and the item name could be, let me check the first one, KNT, KNT, that should be the okay, but let me just use this one is best selling, KNT. Okay, I'll use this one. So you enter the name. Also, you have to be careful when adding the selling price and the cost price, because the system make use of this in order to generate the revenue. So it's kind of use the information you provide to give you report. So that's why even if I know the selling price should be there, but the cost price, try as much as you can to add a valid value. Don't just put anything. Like here, the selling price could be 40. Okay, let me say 40,000, but the cost price could be 30,000. Then the SKU, also note that this SKU must be unique. It must be unique. If you put the same SKU for two different items, the second one will not be created. So you have to be very careful when you are creating the SKU. You can generate the SKU from the product, or you can just generate it from the item name KNT3. So you can as well put the picture here. I think I have already downloaded one of them, so I can add the picture. This okay. So now after creating this, the second thing is to edit the item. I just added one item right now, so this is the one item. So it has 0 count, so no sales yet. Right now I can delete the item, but when the sales count increases, then you cannot delete the item again. So you have to be careful, but you can turn the item to be inactive. So here I can edit it to complete the okay. So here you see you can decide the weight, but I just want to update the category, and that should be the item is KNT good. So I want to update the category KNT good. I've not added any brand yet, so that's number one. You can as well update the description here of the item. So another thing you have to do, you also need to update here is active right now. The product is active. You can also set the minimum stock level. So this one determines when the alert should indicate in the dashboard. For instance, if I set the minimum stock level to be 2, so whenever the number of items there remaining 2, then you get notification there. So the unit is, let me put the unit of this is in carton, this particular product. The unit is in carton. So there are a lot of things you can set. So you can as well set the dimension, any other field, like if you have the item in a warehouse and you want to track the location in the warehouse, you can update it here. Okay, now if I go to the sales POS, you see that we have only one item there. So here we have one item but out of stock, and because of that you cannot add it. Item is out of stock, so you cannot add it to cart. So how do we add quantities, increase the quantities? How do we add these items? Now we have it. What next? So there are two ways we could add items to the inventory, and one of them is through purchase order. That's why you have to create supplier before. So because this purchase order, you have to send it to supplier. So now I'm going to request for supplying of this particular product. So if I click on purchase order, then I will click on create purchase order. Here, first of all, the supplier who will provide it, then payment in 30 days time, location, this is the only location we have, notes, deliver on time. So delivery date. So this delivery date, you should also be careful when creating it, because in the dashboard it gives it pops up reminding you that you're expecting a delivery of so item. So now I'm going to request for this about 10 quantities, then unit price, that's 30,000. So with no tax rate. If you want to include tax rates, you can include it. So here we can create purchase order right now. So after the creation, you can see that the default status is draft. But when I send email to the supplier, when the email sends, then when it sends successfully, then you can click on receive item. So if I check my email right now, because I used my email as a supplier when I was creating the supply, if I check my email, you see that I will receive the item to supply. So now, assuming I have supplied it, so I can now click receive. So here you can change the number of items you are receiving right now. Assuming I'm receiving 8 instead of 10. So I will click that I have received 8 items instead of 10. So you see the status will change to partially received because the quantity I received is not the same with the quantity I requested. So you still see I have option to receive it. So if I check my email, you see purchase order. Purchase order that I should do this and other things and other things. So if I confirm order, just automatic another. So that's not what you have to do right now. So now if you check the sales POS, you notice that right now we have 8 items. You see 8 left. So this is the way you can bring you can add quantities of the products. So and also here you can go back to that purchase order and receive the remaining 2 if the supplier provides it. So I'm now receiving the remaining 2. Good. You see now 10 over 10. So the button for receiving the remaining will disappear because you've received the total products that you requested. So now another way you can adjust the inventory is through the inventory stock adjustment. So in case there is a damage or return, so you can adjust it here. But now let's just focus on the sales. If you check the POS, you see we have 10 left. That shows that the product syncs with the inventory. The action syncs with the inventory. So I can now sell some items. I will just sell about 8 at 320,000. And if I click checkout, you notice that this is disabled because it's a walk-in customer. A walk-in customer cannot buy on credit, which means you have to add a customer so that you'll be able to sell on credit. For instance, here I have no customer, so I can add a customer. Let me say that the customer is this. I want to sell to this customer. So this is the phone number. So create customer. So now I have one customer. So now if I click on checkout, now I can make partial payment. I can sell on credit. So if I want to sell on credit, then the payment method will be on credit. You can put other things. So you see, if I want to sell make a partial payment, you see we now have other options. But let me just say that I want to sell on credit. Let's see what happens. So 320,000. Good. This will be disabled because you are selling on credit. Maybe just say to be paid. in 30 days time. So if I complete the sales, you see that I can generate a PDF. You see, outstanding balance is this. I can generate or download the PDF of this particular cell. So now you can view the PDF. That's why it's in generating the PDF, it uses the company's name, you see, and also you see that's why when creating the shop you have to make sure you are using a valid information. So here you see on credit status spending, outstanding balance is this, payment he made no payment. So that's how it is done. Now because he bought on credit, so his name will appear in debtors record. So if we check debtors record, we have one active debtor and he's owing this. So this is the debtor, this is the account number, because any debtor generates account number such that anytime he incurs more debts, then it will be added to this account number. Then and also the invoice number will differ. So here let me just record some payment. I will record it under this invoice number. So here if you have up to 10 debts, you see all of them with their different invoices. So now let me just put that I want to make payment of 320 2123. So that's the total amount I want to pay, maybe by cash, reference, completed, so record payment. And because the payment has been completed, his name will disappear, so he's no longer a debtor now. You see, we have no debtor, we have no outstanding, so payment recorded, you see it here. So it's very powerful inventory management system because you have a lot of integrations in this inventory management system. So now we can also see the transactions, some of the transactions made by the customer. So and also if you come to report, you can see sales report. We made total sales of this, average of this. So and this one was on credit, and you can check on customers. We have only one customer who made one order, and this is the customer, and this is total order, total sales. So you can as well see report on products. You see quantity sold 8. If you go back to the inventory, the items, you see that sales counts will be recorded in the inventories. Sales counts. So because of that, you see we have 8. Because of that, you cannot delete the item again, but you can edit it. Okay, you see you can as well link supplier to that particular item. So another thing that we need to show is in reports you have inventory reports, and in the inventory report we have also to see the movement of a particular item or the products. You can also check on particular item. Here we have unit, you see carton, this is the abbreviation. So opening stock was 0, total stock in was 10, stock out 8 because we sold 8. So closing, so it means that 2 are remaining now. So if I click on this particular item, I can see the history of the movement. On this is the opening, this is just the opening. So June 25th, we have a purchase from this. This was stocking, then stocking again, the remaining 2 that we accepted, we received. Then this was sales, you see, stock out. So closing, remaining 2 now. So this is the general overview of the stock movement. So it's very powerful too, and here you can see the sales performance. Done. Now we also have another wonderful feature here. We are not going to explain everything, but we are going to explain few things that may be necessary. Other things you see it in the documentation. I want to have someone who would help me and manage this system. Because of that, I have to first of all create rule. The rule, what I want the particular individual to do. Like I want to have a cashier. I want to have a cashier, and the cashier. So I have to decide what the cashier does. The cashier, just this is what the cashier does. So I want only the cashier to see only the sales, because here you see sales. I want cashier to see in the sales. I want cashier to see only the POS, only POS. So when I click okay, create row. Good, I have a row right now. Good, I have a row for cashier. So I can now invite a user to help me in managing this. And when I invite the user, you notice that the user can only see what the rows, the permissions that I gave him. So I'm now going to invite this person to help me. I'm inviting him to this particular location, and it's going to be a cashier, not an admin. So I'm inviting this user right now, and all the users I invited will show here, because this is pending because the user has not accepted it. So let me check if I have, see, the email is here already. So invitation to join so I will now accept it now. So automatically it will make use of my email. You cannot edit it because this email was used to invite the user. So I will use another phone number, which could be 08. Just use this is my name as the user, and also I have to create password. So I have to create password. So because of that, I have to log in with the new because I'm using the same system, so there may be conflict because I logged. Okay, good. You see, I cannot have access to other things. I only have access to this, just POS. Only have access to this, and also I have access to transactions, so that I will be able to see the history of you see, view history in case I want to print the receipt. So you see view PDF. So this is the history about this particular customer. The first was that he bought something worth of this on credit, and then he made payment. So everything done by a particular, because you can generate his transactions, his or her transactions. So that's good. So this particular user can only manage this. So okay, let me start the remaining two products. Now 2 items left. Let me sell it. And the good thing about this is that even though I don't have full permission, I can see any feature that appears here. I can as well utilize it. Like here, I can go back and add a new customer. This one will be Michael. Great, good. Then I can sell the remaining 2 items to Michael. Michael will make full payments. if you check, you see he has no outstanding, so you see no outstanding. So payments, you see everything, and payment status, and you see cashier was justice, because it was actually generated by the justice. This is the PO number, so this is the invoice number. So that's all about this. So but I need to, so because I've invited this person to help me managing the software, so I can as well assign him more rules, give him more permissions to be able to manage it. So let me sign out now and sign in with so I need to sign in with the admin, you see, so I could see the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. We check the recent activities. You see the ones performed by, you see, 2 orders. One was made by Justus, and this is out of stock already. So here you see that this was sold by Justus. Perfect. So any action performed, you'll be able to see it in that. But Justus has no access to this, and you see top selling and location, only one item. So this is monthly sales by the in that location, monthly sales overall anyway. So let me see. Okay, here also we have accounting integration. It summarizes everything that has to do with accounting. In this accounting, you see the total expenses, revenue, and other things, chart account, trial balance, ledger, see general ledger. These were the actions I performed. Debit, and this. So financial statements, reports. You can generate reports of any of them. Let me check debtor aging. I don't think we have a debtor. No, we don't have. But if you have it, you see all of them here. So how many days and other things. So we don't have a debtor. So what again do we need to explain here? I think we have here, if you want to change password, integration, we have talked about debtors, we have talked about accounting. So reports, inventory report, which we have shown here. Okay, sales, I've already showed something about transactions, customer. So in the customer, you can see everything that the customer did, everything he did. Like here, this Tesca, you can see everything he has done. For instance, order history, he had only made one order and already paid. You can view it. So you see, total order, he just made only one. Average value, so total amount is spent. So that's all about it. This was a particular order he made. So that's all. What again do we need to explain right here? Purchase order, goods received records the history of incoming goods. Any goods that were successful, it records it here. So this was the one we accepted, 2 items, and the other one was 8. So, and in inventory we have explained everything here. Stock adjustment. If you want to adjust stock, maybe because of damage or theft or expired order, you just give reason why you want to adjust it. Only admin has access to that. Then another one is stock transfer. If you want to transfer stock from one location to another, from this location we don't have another, we only have one location, so that is it. so no need for stock transfer. So again, dashboard. So apart from this, we have other things, but we just, because of time, I just want to end here. But you can as well explore it yourself to see how it works. Thank you very much, and let me know if you have questions with regard to what you've seen so far, or you have a recommendation or suggestion on what we should add to make it perfect.